good with y'all, man? It's your boy Unseen. We coming at y'all with another reaction to Daylyt. This one is to the song called What's Free. I'm pretty sure it's like the one of Meek Mill's songs, so it's gonna be over the beat. This song has been highly requested by all of y'all in the community, man. I appreciate y'all for all the support, for everything, man. We got a lot of free thinkers out here, and that's what this is all about. Is we all on the same wavelength. We all trying to find the truth out here. We all truth seekers. That's what this shit's all about. This is why I started my channel, is to spread this type of message to like-minded individuals. So I appreciate everybody who stuck around. And even in the reactions, I spit a lot of the knowledge that you see from Daylyt. When it comes to esoteric knowledge, spiritual guidance, just about everything under the sun when it comes to this type of awakened mindset that you get after you wake up to this matrix, after you go through your spiritual awakening. So it just so happens that Daylyt is on that path with us, and he really helps out the channel. So shout out to Daylyt. Shout out to him for his catalog. It allows me to talk about and elaborate on many of the things he says in his music and go a little bit deeper. And I appreciate him for that the most. Helps me bounce off ideas from him saying something, and it lets me go in depth on it. And that's what these breakdowns are all about. And just reacting to some good music at the end of the day. That's what this is all about as well. Before we get into the reaction video, if you guys could drop a like, drop a comment, don't forget to subscribe. You got to break these algorithms, so let's keep going, man. Let's keep breaking that algorithm. You know the vibes. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's go, man. I don't have the lyrics on the screen for this one, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to catch this off the listen. I'm expecting some crazy shit because this is such a highly requested song. Hopefully Daylyt brings it on this one, man. He's always gonna bring it. What do you mean? Like, he's always coming with it. I don't even gotta hope for it. I know he's coming with it. Let's get it, man.
What's free? Ain't no such thing as free. Ain't no such thing as woke. Ain't no such thing as sleep. Ain't no such thing as earth. The simulation, it hurts. The firmament could be worse. The earth could have been flat. The truth shall come around.
Like, he's already has said more than Meek Mill in that entire song. He already came with the most philosophical shit that you can really think of. It's like that's how you know you've reached a really heightened level of consciousness, is when he said there's no such thing as free, there's no such thing as woke, there's no such thing as sleep. Like, he's saying that all of this stuff is made up. It's a construct, it's a system. And I agree with that. Like, even the very words I'm speaking right now are a convention. You know, it's something we use. So technically speaking, that, like, we ascribe meaning to it, and that's how we let it have power. These words that we say have power, the concepts, the everything, the ideals, everything. There's no such thing as any of these things, because at the root of it all, it's just you. Like, English made up, right? It's a construct. It was created. So when you go back to the root of everything, when you were first born, that's when you really are at, like, nirvana. Like, you're not brainwashed, you're not conditioned into a certain way of thinking. So technically, even the people that are woke like us, even the people that are woke, you got to recognize that it doesn't mean we're better or worse. It just means we're at where we're at, and we're using something to describe it. There's no, like, hierarchy when it comes to that. Even when I said, like, you're at a heightened state of consciousness, that doesn't even exist within itself, because who made that up? Like, who the fuck decided, like, there's levels of consciousness? Who the fuck decided that? Like, this is just what humans use to break shit down. He's about to start flowing, so here we go.
Earth could have been flat. The truth shall come around. Step in the black circle, they hurt you, hunt you down. White ghosts, these are clans in the afterlife. Bible study, nah, tell them niggas we ain't asked for Christ. Horrors passed the dice, they had our box number. Shame, Hunger Game was free. Buy a house, still pay the taxes, pay the taxi. It costs to be whipped around town, crack me, the school system.
The earth is flat, and the truth gonna come around, because he's talking about, like, the flat earth versus round. The truth will come around earth. And also, like, the firmament, he was mentioning the firmament, which is like a round shape. Nah, I'm telling you, you gotta catch everything. He does not waste one word. You have to catch anything you can get. You gotta take what you could get from these Daylyt songs when you don't have the lyrics. He said, pay the taxi it costs to be whipped around town. Nah, that's a bar right there. You see what I mean? Is I had to go back and catch that. And you gotta pay because the whole idea is like slavery and what's free, right? So we're talking freedom, and then he mentioned like whipped around like a slave would be, like slaves getting whipped. But nowadays it's, oh, you pay a taxi. And it also sounds like a tax, like you got to pay taxes, right? You got to pay a taxi, which is the car, to be whipped around, because a car is called a whip. You like, that's like the slang for a car. You got to be whipped around town, like you got to be driven around town. Now you got to pay for that. And once again, Daylyt is exposing the very words that we use on a day-to-day basis. He's exposing how you can use these words to mean so many different things, alluding to this cursed language that we call English. Let's keep going.
Me, the school system that trapped me, they don't tell us them higher ups eating black meat. Dark web melanin selling cat seed, deep as it get. Feed the children is where they eat the children. 51 shades of grays, give me my space, taste baby blood.
Oh, he said, nah, stop. I see why y'all requested this one. I see why y'all did that. He's spitting some real shit, and I like this beat that he's flowing over too. It's something really laid back beat, but it also feels like it's a very contemplative, thought-provoking one. And that's what's like that's perfect for Daylyt. And he's just eating this one up, man. Said they don't tell us them higher ups be eating black meat, dark web, melanin, because like melanin has to do with like dark being darker, right? Dark web, melanin, dark melanin, and also like he's exposing, bro. He's exposing the elites, how this is what they do. The adrenochrome, all the shit that we talk about on this channel. It's a dark. That's why they call it the dark web. It's a dark fucking world. It's a satanic rituals that they be doing, man. It's sick. You have to have an open mind to this stuff to be able to not like think someone's crazy for spitting this type of knowledge. You have to have an open mind for that. It's essential, because you'll shut this off as like a conspiracy theory if you hear this. But like some of this shit is actually real, man. Some of this shit is actually real. There's so many signs in the media nowadays that allude to these things. It's right. A lot of the answers are right in front of your face. That's a big thing to take away. It said 51 shades of grays, because once again, if you know your spiritual shit, you know what grays are. You know what that shit is, like shadow people, the grays. And also like 51 shades of grays, because he's talking about he was talking about feed the children is where they eat the children, and then 50 Shades of Grey is that movie, right, where they do some like crazy shit, and also like eating the children. That's some crazy shit. So combining those two forms of media together, man, that shit is fucking, I mean, the subject matter is there, man. The subject matter is 100% there right now. It's not pleasant, but the truth is never going to be something you want to hear. It's never going to be happy. It's just like, it's always sad truths, unfortunately. 51 shades of grays, give me my space, taste baby blood. My space time, top 8, friends listed. These men twisted, sun skin mystic, mystical beings, human beanstalk, livestock. Who got the power to set back my clock? Whoa, controlling the time, mineral hole in the mind. Columbus thought. This is what happens when you have an open mind. You ask questions mid song. You asking questions? Nah. This is what I mean is Daylyt is on this wavelength when he's asking these type of questions, like who the fuck has the power to turn time back and forth? Who sets the clocks back? Like why is that a thing? First of all, why is that a thing? And two, who the fuck can even do that? Who has the authority to do that? Why do we let someone do that? At the beginning too, like MySpace time, top 8 friends because of MySpace, the social media shit, and also like my actual space, like how much space and time. That's what the whole concept is about, is the idea of time and space. That's just a double entendre right there. Wordplay. Fucking Daylyt is going crazy on this, bruh. And he's really nonchalant with this one. His delivery is very nonchalant, and I almost kind of like that more. I like that because he's just letting you ponder on this one. Mineral hole in the mind, Columbus thoughts. Look at all the shit that Columbus brought. Rats, plagues, disease, germs, a lot to say. And this who y'all gave a holiday evil. Who brought crack to the country?
Just yesterday, somebody told me go back to my country. Al Bundy think he
Facts.
Aboriginal. Nigga, no, I might.
Let me stop you before you get into another scheme, and we're only a minute and a half in, and he's probably got plenty more. He was saying some real shit like Columbus. We celebrate Columbus Day, but he's the one that brought all the bullshit, the plagues, the disease, all the bullshit. He's the one that did that. And he said holiday is an evil day. Because it's funny, if you break down the word holiday, it means holy day, like literally holy day. And it's funny because when you know how religion works, a lot of the shit they say is it's flipped. They turn the real shit into evil, and they turn the evil shit into the truth. Try to turn the truth into evil so you don't go looking for it. So you get turned away from it. And that's what this concept is. It's like holidays are evil. There's a lot of holidays that are evil. St. Patrick's Day is one of them. Columbus Day, one of them. Thanksgiving, one of them. These are all evil fucking days. Like, you have to do your research and do your history, the real history behind these holidays. That's what Daylyt's shedding light on, man. And I can appreciate him for that because nobody talks about this. No one.
Al Bundy think he Aboriginal. Nigga, no, I might let my son kill you. Nah, I'll let the sun kill you. If God created the sun, when the sun out, you niggas run. And what that make y'all? Devils. I guess I be the rebel. What color is sugar? What color is salt? What color is crack? What color is dope? What color is the oppressor? What color is ghost? What color is heaven? What color is Jesus? Who the fuck is Jesus? A few letters too new for this
I
story.
love it. That's hella funny. He said, who the fuck is Jesus? Like, that shit made me laugh like crazy. I don't know why I found that funny. Love it, dude. I love it. This song, yo, this one is unique because he's asking these questions mid-track. And I don't know any other songs from him that we've reacted to where he's just like, what color is this? What color is that? Who the fuck is this? That's hilarious. Saying Al Bundy think he Aboriginal. No, I'll let my son kill you. Matter of fact, I'll let the sun kill you because the actual like sun in the sky, I'll let that kill you because you think you like Aboriginal, right? Like, oh, let's see if let's let the sun put you to the test. Let's see if you don't get sunburnt. And also like I'll let my son kill you because Al Bundy, like the serial killer. So if he's saying I'll let my son kill you, I'll let my like actual somebody kill somebody. Yeah. That I'm fucking with that scheme. He was saying if God created the sun and the sun is out and y'all dudes run, then y'all are devils technically. That's so crazy. I've never heard anybody say it like that. Think about it. If God was the one that created the sun, then that means when the sun is actually out, you should be in the sun because you're in the presence of God's creation. So if you run away from the sun, technically you're a devil because you're defying God. And that's what like Satan, that's what the whole concept of Satan is he disobeyed God, right? Technically speaking, within that context, that's fucking genius. I've never heard anybody say that. And this is what I mean is religion's bullshit, right? He's taking on a Christian mindset and he's throwing it in your face, saying like, if this is how it is, because we all know white people are heavy Christians. That's most of the demographic of Christianity is, I'm pretty sure, is white people or people that aren't melanated, right? So he was like, all right, let me take on that mindset and throw it in your face and see how you like it. He said like, what color is salt? What color is crack? What color is, heaven? What color is this? What color is Jesus? Who the fuck is Jesus? Like, he's saying everything we love and praise is white. Think about it. A lot of the shit that's getting all the praise is white. It has a white association to it. That's crazy, man. I never really thought of it like that, and maybe it's because I'm white. So I know the whole white Jesus thing, but I didn't even really think of like, oh, what color is the salt? What color is the heaven? What color is, all of this shit? It's all light colored. It's all white. Let's keep going.
Who the fuck is Jesus? A few letters too new for this story. The gory it gets, but that's his story. What about the true story? Yeah, we read the Bible, but what about the blue story? The book of Enoch, he watching.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. Take him to church. Take him to the real church, Daylyt. Take him to the real church. Take them to the mystery schools. Come on, man. Oh my God. I love it. He's coming with the knowledge in this track, and I love it. As if he doesn't already. He does it in every track. But this one is heavily focused on the knowledge. He was saying, who the fuck is Jesus? A few letters too new for this story, because if you really study and you know the truth about Jesus, you know that the letter J didn't exist until after so-called he died. I'm pretty sure it didn't exist for a couple hundred, maybe almost 1,000 years after. If don't quote me on that, but I know the letter J didn't even exist at that time that so-called Jesus existed, right? The letter J never even was a thing. That's what he was saying about the letters and everything, is that history is fucked up. They tell you that this is what the history is, but they, in their own shit, they have so many contradictions, like the letter J not existing. Like, it's so crazy. And Daylyt is, once again, he's speaking some real shit that nobody dares to talk about. He was saying, yeah, we read the Bible, but what about the book of Enoch? Because if you really, I haven't even read it or like studied on the book of Enoch. I'm pretty sure the book of Enoch was like about like a fallen angel, and I think it was about like, you know, the Anunnaki, which was a book that was left out of the Bible. And because it probably went against a lot of the dogma that's in the current King James shit. So he's saying, I'm reading the real shit. Because if you think about it, the shit that's always left out from stuff, that is more, like, for me, that's more appealing. Because there's a reason you leave stuff out of a text. There's a reason you censor something. The shit that gets censored in the media nowadays, you got to be more inclined to read. I'm more inclined to read something that gets fact-checked over something that isn't. Because you got to ask yourself, why would they do that if it wasn't the truth? Or if it didn't affect people? If it was a lie, why the fuck are you giving attention to a lie? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So the only reason why I say that is because Daylyt is literally giving you a scenario in which what I just said is being exemplified. Let's keep going, man.
Shit, y'all had me thinking Nimrod meant dumb. It was many traps in the slums, nights hanging with my niggas, never thinking about them hanging niggas. Nigga, we was slanging, they was slanging niggas, stuck in they slang, look how they language kill us. We can't learn other than what they provide us, look how the Spaniards did us. We go yay for St. Patrick's Day, hey, all the pygmies got sprayed.
He's going crazy with the syllables. Oh my God. He's going crazy with the syllables now. This is where it gets tough to dissect his lyrics, is when he comes with the woke knowledge. On top of that, he's just making a bunch of wordplay and all the alliteration. He's just literally brewing it up for you, and he's serving it to you. Like, at the same time, he's coming with real knowledge. It's like a double whammy, bro. Like, it's impossible to process in your head both of those things. Because you're, at one point, you're like, okay, like, let me understand this concept, this woke shit that he's saying. And on another hand, you're like, oh, he just threw in like a wordplay, saying like 3 different words that sound the same and mean 3 different things. It's insane, man. I'm sure y'all get it by now with Daylyt. This is off the charts with just about every aspect of his craft. He was saying, like, I'm spending nights hanging with my dudes, right? Like, we chilling, right? And then he's saying, oh, but we never thought about them actually hanging my guys, like hanging them from a tree, like from a noose. He was saying, dude, like, we was slanging, but they was slanging us. Like, we was slanging the drugs, but at the same time, they was slanging us. Like, they was probably killing us, popping us. And then he was saying slang, people are just stuck in their slang. They're stuck in the terms that they use. And then he proceeds to say, like, English is just, we're only using what we've been assigned, like from Spain, and then just dating back to history and the entire origin of language and where it comes from. Like, this is real intellectual shit right here for you. And he said, we go yay for St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, I even said it, St. Patrick's Day, we fuck with St. Patrick's Day, right? Like, that's what everybody thinks. Research St. Patrick's Day. I'm telling you, research the real history behind St. Patrick's Day, and you'll never look at it the same. I'm telling you. And Daylyt, I'm sure Daylyt knows that. He's been down this rabbit hole, man. I can tell.
They celebrate victory simply crazy. We wanna be played, we getting played. Starved the homeland, we asked for aid. They gave us AIDS, Ebola. Took the best down, the stress pile. Conquer America, go west now. Viral.
Oh! I'm glad I caught that last bar. Ooh. Okay. He was saying, starve the homeland. We asked for aid. We asked for help. And they gave us AIDS. Because that's the whole entire AIDS epidemic that was going on in Africa. And he said, conquer America, then go west now, virus. Because, bro, and it sounded like West Nile virus, but he was saying go west now. Like, all right, now let's go to the west. Because if you, once again, if you know like the American history or the American history, right? What we've been told is when white people came to America, like the Independence Day shit, they started off in the colonies in the East, right? And he was saying, conquer America, then go west now, because they expanded west over time. It started where you're in the New England region and it went to the west, like California being in the whole thing with the gold rush, right? That's what he's referring to. And also now he's saying go west now, virus, because West Nile virus, I'm sure that was a virus that got carried over from Europe into America where once again, the original peoples were.
Dehydrated, the Grand Canyon, stand in the Dead Sea. Reverse shit is wild. See Egypt in denial. Cleopatra was black as Shaka Khan, with you in shock, kind of shock collars got us stuck. Praying to they God got us fucked.
Oh man, he was now he's talking about the Grand Canyon and how like you reverse the map. See like how like the Grand Canyon is really what like is how Egypt is, you know? I really got to look up that subject because I haven't done too much study on it, but that's something I'll definitely look up, the whole like Grand Canyon thing. It was mentioning like the Dead Sea, Grand Canyon, the Dead Sea, what we know at least is in the Middle East, right? But this, once again, he was saying reverse shit, like reverse where the Grand Canyon is on the map. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit. And he was saying Egypt in denial, like once again, denial, because denial sounds like, oh, like I'm in denial. I'm not thinking like, nah, this ain't it, right? And also denial sounds like the Nile, because the Nile River, where Egypt is. I caught that wordplay. I've heard that from him before. He was saying Cleopatra was black because we all know damn well in media, in video games, even all of this shit that talks about Egypt, you see Cleopatra as like this white girl. Like, no, bro, she was melanated. Like that's that's the whitewashing of the history right there. Saying the shot callers got us stuck praying to they God, because the shot callers, like the people who run shit, they got us, like meaning melanated people and people who want the truth. They got people stuck because we're worshiping their God now, which isn't the real shit, which is Kemet. Like I said, Kemet and Sumer are the closest to the real shit that we have. But we not worshiping that no more. We worshiping this Christian God that they created for us. And that's what I mean. It's like a trap. It's a trap, man. Religion is a trap. Let's keep going.
Angels white and demons black. See, that part don't sit right with me.
It don't with
Google
me
God,
either.
what do you see? Not a person that look like me. See, that's the key. See, Mormons say it's cursed to be our species. Dark skin. When it's too bright out, it's too many mistakes in that Bible. Bring me some white out.
Nah, that's facts right there, though. That's facts right there. There's way too many mistakes in that. You gotta dab it up a little bit, get the white out going. Nah, that's some real shit too. Oh my God. How he's coming for Christianity directly on this one. Directly. Coming at the core tenets. Angels white and demons are black. That shit don't sit right with me. Why the fuck are angels white and demons black when the original people were black? It's almost like you're trying to demonize anybody that has that melanin in them. This is what I mean with religion. They take their shit and make that shit sound like the truth, while they take the real shit and make that shit sound evil. It's flipped. We live in a flipped world, and he's exposing that. He said, Google God, what do you see? Not a person that looked like me. I'm telling you, man. Like all the pictures of God, when you Google it, what do you see? What do you see? You see a white dude. You see a white dude with a beard, right? Like, how do people know that's what he looks like? Like, fuck off. Then he said, Mormons say it's cursed to be our species, because I think, like, that's what Mormonism is founded on, is literally racism. I'm pretty sure. This is just exposing the craziness within these religions and how far they go, but it's accepted as normal. To conclude that bar, he said, there's too many mistakes in that Bible. Bring me some white out. Once again. And you want to know some crazy shit, too? I just comprehended this entire scheme, because he's talking about like white and black, right? And white out is obviously white, And he's saying there's too many mistakes in the Bible. Bring me some whiteout, because whiteout, you like that gets rid of the words, right? It gets rid of the mistakes you make. Whiteout is a white substance, right? What do you usually put whiteout over? What color do you usually put whiteout over? You put it over black font. That's fucking crazy. Oh my God, because like the Bible is in black writing. It's in black font. Yo, nah, that's next level right there. That's next fucking level. Let's keep going.
These little white lies be the biggest. These biggest is Clayton Bigsby's. Some niggas really working for the clan. You the man, you Uncle Ruckus. What the fuck is our niggas thinking? Drinking Ciroc. What the F is our niggas thinking? Drinking F and vodka. Take 5 L's each time niggas rock Louis V. Gucci put us in the trap and Gucci got our pockets strapped. I'm happy Waka back in his right mind. Got rid of his materialistic shit for this lifetime.
Stop. Now he's coming at the entire culture behind like fashion and why are we drinking all the alcohol? Because if you know the spiritual effects of alcohol on you, like literally alcohol, they call them spirits, right? Like that's what alcohol, the terminology for alcohol is. You drinking spirits, you ingesting bad energy. Like that's literally what you're doing. And he's saying, why are we drinking Ciroc? Why are we drinking the vodka? Like, man, he's spitting real shit right there. He said, take 5 L's each time these dudes rock Louis V. And he was talking about vodka, like, why are we drinking vodka? Louis V, 5 L's, right? Because he's talking about take 5 L's, and he was just previously talking about vodka. LV, Louis Vuitton, and also like take 5 L's, a loss in vodka. That's fucking crazy. Man. He said Gucci put us in the trap, and Gucci got our pockets strapped. Nah, that's some real shit, because, and this is the double entendre right here. Gucci put us in the trap, right? And he was just talking about Louis V. So he's talking about designer clothing. So Gucci put us in the trap, meaning it's a trap. You don't want to be buying Gucci all the time. Like, it's a trap, man. You wasting money on bullshit. It puts you in that trapped frame of mind where you cling on to the Gucci, you worship it. And also, Gucci put us in the trap, referencing Gucci Mane. Put us in the trap because Gucci makes trap music. Nah, that's a bar right there. He said, I'm happy that Waka back in his right mind, got rid of that materialistic shit. Like, this is what I mean, Daylyt gives credit where it's due. And I didn't even know Waka was about that. So shout out to Waka, man. Like, he's on that real shit. The material shit don't matter. The shit don't matter, bro. Like, I don't know how I gotta tell y'all. Like, none of this shit around me matters. It really doesn't. It's what's in here and what's right here. That's really what it's about at the end of the day. It's the intangible shit that really means something. Because you can have all of the shit that you want. If you're not right within, you still gonna feel like you fucked up. Like, that's some game right there for you. Let's keep going.
One trip to the homeland to turn a thug to a grown man. Jay seen that little girl walk miles for water, like how could they slaughter us? In a world of evil, how could I bring my daughter up? Too many programs for the female, if you ain't taught her nothing. Fall for a dumb nigga who bought her something. Knowledge is the key, you see your seed in the seed. Every deed from a day.
Telling you, knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the fucking key, bro. He said, one trip to the homeland will turn a thug to a grown man. That's like I said, the most simple lines, those ones always get the point across so well, I feel like. Because if you take one trip back to Africa, back to Kemet, it will turn you from the thug and the gangbanger that you are in the States, right? That you just grew up on and that was like the normal. It will turn you from that into a grown man, into a real man, because you know your history, because you know you royalty, you a king, you a queen, you know where you came from. You know the truth. Like, and you grow up, you get away from that lifestyle that you were at before, because that lifestyle is a sign of immaturity. Because when you have this knowledge, you experience growth, a grown man. You experience growth from the previous spot where you thugging. That's fucking genius. And like I said, it's the most simple lines. He said, too many programs for the female, if you taught her nothing. That's real as hell. Like, I'm telling you, the female has been attacked since the start of humanity, because you know the truth. When you are powerful, when you're the most powerful, you're gonna get the most amount of hate. That's just how it works. So there's a, like, you gotta ask, why are females getting attacked like that? Because they probably really powerful. They give life, like they're really life bringers. They bring life. They are the bearers of life. Like, you gotta recognize that power, man. And the reason why they, like, this is the way it is now is because they're trying to take away that power. And he was saying, like, you ain't taught your daughter nothing, you'll fall for a dumb dude that just bought her something. Again, materialistic shit. If you ain't taught her if you ain't put your daughter on game, she gonna fall victim to the program set in place, the entire construct set in place, which is focusing on the dumb shit, the material shit. You gonna fuck with someone just because they got money. And then he says right after, knowledge is the key. Like, he's refuting that entire claim right there. Let's keep going, man.
The key, you see your seed in the seed. Every deed from a dad is magic. Avoid Magic City. Tragedy upbringing, they screaming for a baller. Remember we was young, had holes sprung on us callers. With a game that'll break through anything they daddy taught them. Mother the black.
I'm trying to still grasp what the hell he just said right there. That kind of left me a little confused. That left me a little confused, bro. Holy shit. I think he's talking about the entire, like, upbringings of males and females. Because he's saying, like, oh, like, remember, like, if you had a tragedy upbringing, like, girls, they screaming for a baller. They screaming for someone that's, like, balling and who got all the money and shit, right? Then he said right after, remember when we was young, we had hoes sprung on us. And we had so much game that we can break through anything that their dad taught them. Meaning, like, we, like, as dudes, like, the whole thing is, like, you gotta have, like, a game. You gotta be able to spit game so you can attract the ladies, right? You gotta spit game that can break through any of the shit that their dads taught their daughters, right? And that's the whole contrast. That's the entire, like, game within itself. And he's talking about baller, game, so it sounds like an actual basketball game, like, with the basketball terminology. That's fucking genius right there. Let's keep going, man.
Mother the black queens, Anastasia, Priscilla. Vanilla beans is black, vanilla ice cream is never mine. I'll save that one for a better time, but even time not real. Just think about all the times we killed our own kind. See niggas fire that still, but we run from 12 with a 12 gauge. Oh, this a well cage.
Oh my god. Yo, what the fuck was he talking about with the vanilla ice cream? What is he trying to say? I'm not even conscious of that idea. Yo, what is he talking about? And I know he's probably not crazy for saying that. He said, I'll save that one for a better time, but even time not real. Like, that's what I love, man, is he talk about some Matrix shit, like vanilla ice cream. He talking about some third dimensional shit, right? And then he says right after, oh, but time not real. Like, he just hits you with, like, some philosophical shit. Oh, time not even real. And it really isn't. It's a man-made concept. Time is just a bunch of numbers. If you think about it, bro, take away these numbers. Take away all the numbers. Well, like, and then just go outside. Just see what happens. That's how you know time doesn't exist, because if you just take it away, it just is. It just is. And you can't, time is just a measurement. So if you can live without measurements, you can live without it. So that's what I mean. Time not even real. We just let it be real. We allowed it to be real. To think about all the times we done killed our own kind. We run from 12, but we fire the 12 gauge, like the 12 gauge shotgun. This is showing you the dichotomy between these words that we use. He's finessing English. He's finessing this shit. He's better than any English teacher I've ever had at this. Like, for real, for real. No English teacher got anything on Daylyt, man. Daylyt has taught me more about the English language than any English teacher has, period. Keep going, man.
This a well cage, mental lock and simple plots for the block. Your whole hood in a box, nigga, stop. You lift the stock, you just stock for they Christmas stockings. Well, all my real niggas, you ready to get this poppin'. 300 Spartans versus Starship. Our problems ain't white, it's the Martians.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him, man. Oh my god. He had to end that one off on a bang right there. He said mental lock, it's simple plots for the block. Your whole hood is in a box. Nah, that's fucking crazy. Because he's saying mental lock, like your mental, right? Your mental is like locked, like talking about your mind state. And then he's saying it's simple plots, like simple plots of land, or plots in the idea of like simple agendas a plot for the block, for the neighborhood. And then he said your whole hood is in a box because there's plots of land referencing the neighborhood, and also plots that they carry out within these neighborhoods, like bringing drugs, referencing the gang life, doing all that crazy banging shit, right? And he's saying your whole hood is in a box because the hood is like, yeah, the hood is in a box. It's a place like you can outline the hood. You know where the hood's at. It's typically stacked on top of each other, like shit that's condensed together, right? He's saying it's in a box shape. And also your whole hood is in a box, meaning mentally, because he was talking about mental. If you're thinking inside of a box, like that's what he's saying. The hood is in a box, in a frame of mind that is like a trap. Fucking genius. He said, you lift the stock, you just stock for them Christmas stockings. You lift the stock, meaning like the stock of the gun, I'm pretty sure. And he's saying, you just stock for them Christmas stockings because that, bro, no fucking way. Because if it happens when you take out the gun and you do some shit with it, is you probably go to jail. And if you're trapping, you know, you're making money and shit, right? It all has to do with the flow of money, cash flow. You are funding the prison systems, right? Because it's all private, I'm pretty sure. So if you go to jail for having a gun, he's saying you stock for them Christmas stockings because people make money off of that. You're stock, like you're like a property. You're a stock, like you're an asset. You make money for them Christmas stockings, which have gifts in it that are probably bought with using the money that, you know, comes from doing that crazy shit, from the prison systems, from the entire, like, once again, the entire system, the entire flawed system that is coming from. I've never really like thought of it like that, and I don't know if that's what Daylyt meant there. Maybe I'm reaching on that bar, but that's what I comprehended from that. And if that's what he means, I've never heard anybody say that. It makes him one of a kind, but you know I don't even gotta say that. He said our problems ain't white, it's the Martians. Problems are not the white people, it's the shit, like the people that aren't even human. Meaning like the reptilians, the Martians, you know, those groups, the shadow people, the bullshit, the entities, right? The bullshit, the demonic entities. That's the real problems. That's the real problems. And I like how he ended it on that, because he's saying, all right, I just said all this shit, but the real problem is this, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, because I know he's got so much more he could talk about. So that was Daylyt with What's Free. I'm fucking with that song, and frankly, if we're just talking about the technicality and the song, the song itself and the sonics and everything, I think this was a solid track. I like how he used Meek's beat over What's Free. I think he flowed on this really well. This fit his style. He's the best technical rapper in the game, so he can just pretty much hop on anything and destroy it. That's a given at any time. So Daylyt really came with it. The syllable play was there, the wordplay, double entendres. The subject matter was the big focus on this one. So shout out to y'all for requesting this song, because we got to dive into the subject matter and some really interesting concepts on here that I like to preach on this channel, and I would make separate videos about on my own. But thankfully we got a community like y'all who request these songs with these topics in them so that I can elaborate on it. And that's what I appreciate, is it gives me a different outlet or a different route to go down for me to get across the same message that I've been preaching on this channel, and that the reason why I started this in the first place. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. Shout out to Daylyt. Go check out Daylyt, guys. Like, this dude is for real the truth. Like, he's the closest to the truth that we've gotten in this industry, because this industry is dark as hell. He's the only one that I can confidently say is exposing the real shit, the real agendas. So shout out to Daylyt. Go check him out. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, be sure to drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Break the algorithms, you know the vibes. It's been your boy Unseen. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.